A couple of principle of moment questions. What size of force should be positioned on the left to balance the ruler shown? You can stop the podcast and start it again once you've done your calculation. So we'll just use force times 1, and that's equal to 15 times 4. You should, of course, always write down anti-clockwise moments equals clockwise. And write them underneath the side that they're happening on. This provides an anti-clockwise moment. This provides a clockwise moment. So F is equal to 4/15 or 60 newtons. You can divide by 1 if you want, but you'll still get the same answer of 60 newtons. Now, this question very often throws people because they're not just quite sure where to go with it. And this is a question where you are assuming that the centre of gravity of an object is acting in the middle of it. Centre of gravity is, of course, the point in an object about which the whole weight appears to act. And the centre of gravity will act in the middle. So the centre of gravity of this object will act about there maybe, and it acts downwards. Okay, so it's not pivoted at the centre of gravity. So a 1 metre ruler is pivoted 30 centimetres from end A. So this is 30 centimetres. The whole distance is 30 centimetres. A 60 Newton weight is hung on the ruler 10 centimetres from the same end as shown. What is the weight of the ruler? Now I've that in wrongly. That 30 centimetres is the whole length of that. So this distance to the pivot is only 20 centimetres there. So on this side we've got 60 newtons by 20 centimetres. Now there's information on this side that we already know. We know that that ruler has got a centre of gravity acting in the middle. And if this is 30 centimetres here, then this distance must be 20. Because we know centre of gravity is acting halfway down the ruler, which is 50 centimetres. So the weight of the ruler, if we write down anti-clockwise moments equals clockwise moments, the weight of the ruler multiplied by 20 is equal to the 60 newtons multiplied by 20 as well. And so obviously there the 20s cancel each other out. The weight of the ruler must be 60 newtons. It's quite a heavy ruler, but 60 newtons is your answer. So don't forget about that, about the centre of gravity. I might just write the centre of, definition of centre of gravity at the bottom here. And the centre of gravity, of course, affects the stability of the object. So centre of gravity is a point in an object about which the whole weight appears to act. And remember about the centre of gravity whenever you do calculations like this. And very often the giveaway is that there doesn't appear to be any weight on one side of the ruler at all. And so what you're doing is you're actually balancing up the weight of the ruler itself there. Right, last question, which very, very often gives a bit of bother, is one where it seems to be pivoted at the end. So the lid of a toy box is held up by a boy exerting a force of 150 newtons as shown below. The lid is 60 centimetres wide. What is the weight of the lid? So this would be a hinge or something. I've drawn it in this pivot, but it would be a hinge. 150 newtons is acting 40 centimetres. Now there's a weight, and the lid, it says the lid is 60 centimetres wide. So the weight is going to act in the middle of the lid, and it must be 30 centimetres from the end if this is 60 centimetres wide altogether. So that's 30 centimetres. So this is a balancing up principle of moments question again. This is going to cause an anti-clockwise moment in this direction. Sorry, a clockwise moment in this direction. And if this was allowed to continue on up, this would be an anti-clockwise moment. So your anti-clockwise moments is equal to your clockwise moments. Your anti-clockwise moments are given by force by distance. So it's 150 times 40. And that's going to be equal to the weight of the box, which we're looking for, multiplied by its distance from the pivot, which is 30 centimetres. So 150 times 40 gives you 6,000 is equal to 30W. So W is equal to 6,000 over 30. And that's going to give you 200 newtons.